of my bookshelf. Good morning to everyone out there. Ellen Suddeth of ESP Presents and ESP Book Chats. We'll go a little bit slow because there's a lot coming up, so I'm going to talk as slow as I can and to tell you guys what's coming up, spotlight authors, our book of the month, and it is just a lot going on. We are busy. Again, I'm Ellen Suddeth of ESP Presents and ESP Book Chats, where we bring page turners your way. Because you guys know I get real excited, so I got to calm down. I have to calm down first, because this is what I love to do. If you are an author and you would like your books, your lovely pages, to be on our platform, do tag yourself here, inbox yourself on Instagram or Facebook. That's what we mostly own. We mostly kind of stay there. And we do a few things on Twitter. So those are the places you can inbox us at. ESP Presents on IG and pretty much everywhere. So I am going to get started because there is so much to say. I'll give you what's coming up as far as, I know I titled it this way, but I'm going to go from back to front. So let me start with the June event so that, because it's a whole bunch of June things going on. So first up in June, let me keep these things together, I don't want to lose anything. First up in June, we have a Sunday event. We usually don't do things on Sunday, but we have a very special event that's coming up in June. It's going to be June 13th, and that's on a Sunday. So we normally don't do things on Sunday, but we're going to celebrate with Letitia Lovely. We're going to celebrate her 50th book, and we will talk about her book there. I'm going to show you guys the book. Follow me, because I forgot to get it. Follow. Follow me. Because I do have her book here, and her book, it's not out yet. It should be out now. And just follow. So we got it hot off the press. So Letitia Lovely, we are going to, I'll just put this right here. You guys, it's the last time you're going to see my face. I'm going to flip and talk about the books. Flipping now. Okay. So, telling you this first so you'll be able to get your pre-orders. Uh-oh. Let's see what is going on. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm glad I have a desk that has a charger to it. So there we go. I didn't hear it go in. I guess it happened. I guess it happened. I don't see that anymore. So here is our books. So I'm going to show you guys. Remember, do not get in your feelings if your book cover starts to fade away as I start reading it, because I do get into those pages. So I'm going to show you this book here. This is our event, June event with Letitia Lovely. And that's going to happen on June 13th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is on a Sunday. We'll have Letitia Lovely. Her book is titled Blind Ambitions. And this book it should be out now, but there are pre-orders going on. go ahead and pre-order your book. Letitia Lovely is going to celebrate her 50th book with our group. We are so super excited about that. And this book, um, I got it fresh off the press. And this talk about two sisters. Um, I'll just bring it close. One of the sisters, Chantel, and the other one is Jet. And I hope I said her name right. Letitia, you're going to have to help me. Okay, her sister is a superstar performer, and Chantel, she's uh, is let me go just tell you, since childhood, Chantel has idolized her older sister, Jet, a superstar performer, but she's seldom seen her Hollywood-based sibling. Okay, more on the shy side. So Chantel's seen her sister more on the shy side. That's the side she know of her. So Chantel is perfectly happy with her own modest singing career and quiet Missouri hometown life. But their mother dies, and Chantel's world is unpinned. She hopes that moving to Los Angeles will give her a flash start and a chance to know Jet better. Yet the truth is she doesn't know her at all. So you'll see two siblings, one after the mother is passed. She get to know her sister a little bit more than what she has known her. Um, and that's what will unfold. And if you have not had a Letitia Lovely story, you're in for a treat. I really like being engaging with her. I've known her for maybe about 6 or 7 years, could be a little bit longer. She came to Newport News, Virginia, and we just had a blast. And we'll hear more from her on June 13th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that's a Sunday. We normally don't do events on Sunday, but this is a special one, Letitia Lovely 50th book. So that is an awesome celebration that we will celebrate with her. And now we're going to go back. We will also have some more coming up. You'll see Ruby Shavers. And we're going to watch that, y'all. Just watch that. You guys are going to be kind of scrambled up. Just watch that for a moment. Okay, I'm still here, guys. Those who are looking, popping in. So June is a great lineup. We'll see Ruby. Here's Ruby Williams Shavers, or she'll just say Ruby Williams. Why Shouldn't I Cry? And this is a tribute ode to the black man. So we'll talk about that. Don't have to go deep into that. You can just about imagine what that is. So we'll be talking to her June 8th. And also, we will have a movie watch party, which will start on June 10th, and that is with Jasmine D. Sullivan. I'm sorry, I love to call her Sullivan. Scratch that off, guy. Jasmine D. Andrews. We will talk to her, and those who are peeking on, we're going to talk about our June lineup because there's a lot of things going on. So, again, that's Jasmine D. Andrews. We're going to talk about her watch party film. This is the second time she talked to us about her film, and her film is talking about Natalie's abortion. In that film, we'll do a watch party, which we'll watch the film first on June 10th, and then we'll discuss the movie on June 10th. We will be as a group. We will do the watch party. She'll launch out the link, and we'll watch it there. We can talk about it live, talk in the queue, do a little feed, and then based on what we've seen on the 10th, we'll resume on the 15th of June, and it'll be part of the cast on uh, Zoom live with us, and we'll talk to the cast. Of course, you guys will be in the feed, but I will be on screen with some of the cast and Jasmine, and we'll talk about her film, Natalie's Abortion, which is about a married woman who was attacked by a masked guy. And from that attack, she became pregnant, and she had to choose: is this my husband's baby, or is it my person that attacked me? And so we will unfold that movie, that short film by Jasmine D. Andrews, on the 15th. So the watch party will be on the 10th, and this is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as when we resume back together, we will have the cast on screen as well as Jasmine, and we will discuss the watch party. So again, you'll have Ruby Shavers and Shivers. She will be on the 8th. Letitia Lovely will be on the 13th. And that is her book we'll talk about, Blind Ambitions. And we will have the watch party. Now, also on the 17th, here I go again. Hold on, guys. On the 17th of June, and you'll see all these later. I'm throwing a lot at you. We will have Victor McLaughlin, his book. We'll have him too. We do have Victor's book here. So hold on, guys. Just watch that for a moment. It's going to get a little cloudy, a little dark. Don't worry. Okay, there we go. We will have Victor McLaughlin's book, My Father's Son. We will discuss that in June as well. So we have quite a few books in June. We will also have, which is on Kindle, I won't flip y'all in and out, but we will have, hold on, guys. I keep forgetting. That should work. I'm plugged up here. Okay, so we'll have Victor McLaughlin. How you like it when things are not planned? That goes wrong, but you keep it moving, guys. So Victor McLaughlin, we will talk to him and discuss his book, and that will be on the 17th. And then on the 24th, which is on Kindle, we will talk to Brian W. Smith. His book, we will talk about that, and that is Disjointed Custody. In that book, you will see a woman who has has a mental disorder and bipolar. So a woman who is, these are two parents. This is disjointed custody. So this one is going to get pretty deep, and I cannot wait to talk to Brian Smith on that one. And in lieu of Father's Day, we're talking about some different father things going in there. And like I say, Letitia Lovely, her just talking about a sibling. And then Ode to the Black Man, that was Ruby Shavers. And then we have My Father's Son, Victor McLaughlin. And then on Kindle, I have Brian W. Smith, Disjointed. And then you'll have the mother. Like I say, this is a very sensitive, you have the mother who is bipolar. Then you have the father who is gay. So that is going to be a strong argument there. I cannot wait to talk to Brian W. Smith to discuss that book, Disjointed Custody. And we're just going to hash that out. So he will be our last, well, no, not our last. And then we'll have one more with Stephanie. and Stephanie Holliman will have her. And I probably tore her name up. Please forgive me. And that's Stephanie. I got it now. So that will be Stephanie on the 27th. Stephanie Dunlap Holloman. Hollowman. Man. So that is Stephanie Dunlap Holloman. And we're going to talk about her book, the second book, Destinies. So the first book is entitled Destiny 2. So that is a lot of stuff coming on. Do look at the replay. And I just thank you guys for that. So that is what's coming up in June. So you can hear it in your ears and you can get a feel of what's coming on in June. So now I'm going to go back. I know there's a lot of up, back, down, around. So now I'm going to go back to what's at hand. So on, I'm moving a lot. Y'all just bear with me. On May 13th, which is this week, we will, I got to do a lot of acrobat stuff. One-man show. Stay with me, guys. In and out, in and out. Remember I said, do not judge me for my paper covers because I read hard. So, on the 13th of May, this month, we will discuss Suzetta Perkins' book titled Silver Bullet. You will meet 4 wonderful characters in here. And thank you guys for going with me, going here, going there, stuff falling and stuff like that. I really appreciate you guys hanging on in there. Thank you, thank you. So, Silver Bullet, and that's by Suzetta Perkins. We'll talk about that on the 13th of this month. You will meet 4 wonderful 50-plus feisty women. Queenie. You'll meet Connie. You'll meet Emma and Yolanda. Now, Connie and Yolanda are siblings. And then there's a debut, a little small debut. You will meet Jacqueline O'Neill, pastor's wife. So the book opens up, and you guys probably have heard this story before, but I'm going to just give you little bits and pieces, and we will unfold that story. You'll see Emma, and you'll see Queenie. Emma is the choir director. Queenie is the soloist who sings very well. And what Emma found out was that Queenie's boo, Lyndon, was creeping a little bit and went over to Miss Millie Smith's house. Now, mind you, this was during choir practice, about 15 minutes of talk about her Lyndon going on Miss Millie's house, and Miss Queenie did not like this. So she made her sing her solo over and over and over again, which was already at perfection. So they got to talking about that. Miss Emma is married. Queenie is single. Miss Emma has a doting husband who cooks, cleans. When she come home from work, he rubs her foot. Everything is together, and he does a special thing. Every Wednesday, he makes that crispy fried chicken to perfection for her. Miss Emma, only problem she has with her husband is that she prefers more intimacy with her husband. Miss Queenie, her problem is her on-again, off-again boyfriend is just with everybody. So she gets upset at her, and she tells her, about it. So in this story, when we unfold and we talk to Suzetta Perkins, there's some things we're going to talk about. How church is done, where someone is just, Sunday they go to church, through the week they just do everything everybody else doing. We'll talk about that subject. We'll talk about a doting man and his wonderful wife feels like she's missing something. I do want to do a little glimpse of Jackie O'Neill because she's different from the pastor's wife that we know of, where you hear stories about pastor's wife that we hear that they're not as free as Miss Jackie O'Neill was. And we're here to see about dating, how they do their dating, how women are dating, and they're just looking at the clock. When are you going to marry me? So those are some different things that we saw in the story, because here at ESP Presents, we really get into your story. We really dig out some things that you might not even thought about talking about. And on the 18th, guys, bear with me. I'm going to keep you guys a little close. Here we go. We're going to put this one up here so you can see who's next. We will also have, I know this is probably the longest video you've seen from me, but it's all good, right? So we'll also have on the 18th of May, we'll have AKA Silver Fox, Rick Johnson. I've known him for 10 years. In fact, you'll see some different things we talk about in this book. The main character here is Jason Jarrett. Jason Jarrett was divorced. He's since moved on to another relationship. In that relationship, his ex-wife will not let him go. She's still trying to get after him. Jason is a good man, guys. This will remind you of a modern day Shaft. And there's some things that Jason have to contend with, not only just trying to keep his new relationship together, and his ex-wife is kind of just still want him back, but there is a murder that happens that Jason has to kind of keep his eyes on. So that is the thing that is happening. So stay tuned, watch that. And there is going to be a sequel. And it's been about 5 to 10 years, and Rick Johnson knows, but he's dropping that sequel to this, so stay tuned for that. So those two, they were our spotlights for this month. So now I'm going to talk about the book of the month. So guys, thank you. Also, this is our book of the month. Actually, this is our May book, but because it's so long, we will talk about this in June. So we won't have a June book per se, but this book lasts from May to June. We'll talk about this on June 29th. And this book here is A Lineage of Grace, and it's by Francine Rivers. This is our book here that we'll be discussing. It's quite a long book. In this book, you will also see 5 main women. You will see Tamar, and some people might say Tamar, but it's Tamar, pronounced Tamar, which I learned of. So Tamar, you will hear her story. Her story was with betrayal by the men who controlled her future. She fought for her right to believe in a loving God. And so if you remember in the Bible, I had got her a little bit mixed up with another, like with David, his sister. Her brother loved her, and so he had her to come in the room, and he pretended he was sick, and he raped her. So that was a different story from what's going on now. Was Tamar, and she married in the David lineage, or the royal lineage, and she didn't have any babies from there, and so she was not from the husband, and it was a lot of things going on that they would not, you just have to read your Bible. But here she meets Jacob, which is her father-in-law. She pretends to be a prostitute. He go ahead and he gets her pregnant, and she have some items. What you say nowadays, she had some receipts. She had some receipts to prove that this was this was Judah who had fathered her child, because she could be stoned or killed. So I know a little bit more of the story because I've read the story. So you'll hear about her story, and then you'll hear about Rahab, who's a prostitute, and she is Jesus' grandmother. But her story is a woman with a past to whom God gave a future. You'll hear about Ruth, and Ruth, she gave up everything and God honored her. Then you'll hear about Bathsheba. You remember Bathsheba and David looking over the rooftop, supposed to be out at war. You see Bathsheba bathing on a rooftop, and he has her husband Uriah killed, and then gets her pregnant. Before he dies, he sends her back. Her husband telling him to go back so he can get there and pretend the pregnancy is his. But anyway, it's a long story, which I love that the Bible did not omit the drama that was in the Bible. So you'll hear about Bathsheba, her beauty stirred up in passion of a king, her pain moved the heart of God. And you'll hear about Mary, the mother of Jesus. All eternity had been waiting for this moment. She responds in simple obedience to God's call. So that is our book, and this is our May-June book. Now, the other book, I don't have it on here, so I'm going to put it in the feed here. I know this is a long video, guys. Let's see if I still have it here. Well, I don't have it here, but I had a link, but I didn't pick it up properly. So we're going to talk also about our book, which is our July book. So our July book is, let me make sure I get the title right. I know I just can't stay still, guys. But our July book is a story. You guys remember, and I don't want to, this is going to be a hard story to talk about. And I just kind of looked at it. I was looking at Teddy Pendergrass, my husband and I were looking at some of his old concerts, just kind of laughing at the Prince Valiant hairstyle and how he was singing. And, he was very well liked and still to this day. Well, anyway, the book that we're going to be reading, it's by Tanika Watson. Now, some of you guys may know her, may not know her. Tanika Watson was the woman who was in the car when the car crashed, and she's telling her memoir. So the story is titled "My Life is No Accident," a memoir by Tanika Watson. And like I said, she was in the car with Teddy Pendergrass. This memoir, it spans 5 decades, innocence, family. And what we do find is the woman who was in the car back then, and I don't say the word too good, but anyway, back then we used to use the word transvestite. And now we moved a little forward and we say transgender, and I hope I have that right. But Tanika was born a male, but she was a black transgender woman in that time, about the 80s or something. It wasn't talked much about. But that's the book we're going to read. That's going to be our July book. Again, the July book, and we'll discuss that on the end of July, and it is titled "My Life is No Accident," a memoir by Tanika Watson, and she was the person that was in the car with Teddy Pendergrass around that time. So this memoir spans from 5 decades, and we will see her story. So I know you see a lot of stuff back there. I'm just moving. Again, guys, thank you for being here. Let me see if I can flip this camera. Thank you for being here. I know I gave you a lot to chew on. And so we are going to this week. Let's see if we can see me. I am a shorty. But this week we will talk to, look at the bookshelf back there. I love my bookshelf. We will discuss Susanna Perkins' book, and it is titled Silver Bullets. You'll see I'm a silver bullet myself, gray-haired lady. I used to try to dye it, but it will come out the same. So there we go, a gray-haired gal. So I'm a silver bullet, if you would. So we're going to talk about these gray-haired women these divas, silver bullets, as she call it. We'll talk to Susetta Perkins, and I am so looking forward. And that's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You see, we're really, really busy here. If you want your book to be spotlighted on our show, again, we have an opening in January. I said January, but July, and I'm sure we have more openings because that's the end of the year. But stay tuned. We keep this site really, really busy on this page here. Really busy with a lot of new books and a lot of different things. So if you are an author, whether you're seasoned, newly published, we love newly published because it's hard to get in the door with those who are newly published because they don't have a name out there. So we thrive on newly published authors. We open our doors to them. We open our arms to you. If you are a newly published, do see us. That is ESP Presents and ESP Book Chats. We will welcome you into our door because no one will give newly published a chance. So here's the chance. Our doors are wide open. You swing them hinges wide open with welcome arms with your new book so that folks will know about your book. Again, I'm Ellen Sudduth of ESP Presents and ESP Book Chats, where we bring page turners your way. I know I gave you guys lots of information, moving around too much and all that stuff, but thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your data. Thank you for your time. You probably won't see me too much on screen because I always like to, it's about the books and I like to do that. So stay tuned, guys. Hopefully you got our May and June all marked down. And we'll see you guys. Thank you for your time, your data. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for replaying. Ellen Sudduth of ESP Presents. Signing off. Thank you. Bye-bye. Let's see. I can't see. It looks dark to me.